Presented by Church Tech U, it's the ProPresenter show. On today's show, what all information is saved with the theme? Hi, and welcome again to the ProPresenter show. This is the show where I teach you all about ProPresenter. My name's Paul Allen Clifford. And before we get started, if you've ever changed something and you thought, I wonder if that'll be saved when I save this theme, go ahead, like, subscribe, etc. So, you might be curious what information is saved with the theme. And it's kind of, well, I think that it's fairly obvious, but a lot of people don't think that way. And for whatever reason, the way my mind thinks, it tends to be the way that the programmers at Renewed Vision think. So, let's head over to my computer and we will take a look. So here we are in ProPresenter, and if we were to go into the editor for, let's say, this song here, right, and I'm going to right-click and edit slide, we see that we have all kinds of stuff in here. So if I go to slide, it has, I can change the hotkey, I can change the label, etc. I can change a build, etc. Now, if I go to More and then Theme Editor and click on any slide, notice that first off, for builds, I've got all that stuff. For text, I've got all this stuff. In fact, even including linked text down here. And for shape, I've got all of this stuff. Again, going back to the editor, once I click on this, I have the exact same stuff here. Visibility is the bottom choice here under shape. Linked text is the bottom choice under text. And these builds are the same. In fact, everything that I can change in the upper right hand corner in the right hand column in any of those three tabs, once you've selected a text box or an object on the slide, that can be saved into the theme. So, do you like these videos, but you'd really like to learn from me in person? Well, I've got some great news for you. I am traveling around the country and maybe even around the world training churches on how to use ProPresenter. So I've got a either a 1 or a 1.5 day class that you can attend. For more details, head on over to TDM.fyi/events24, the top one right here, and register for the event nearest you. If there is no event that's near you, no problem, you can request one. So head on over to TDM.fyi/class request. That's this one down here, and you can say, hey, I'm interested in attending a class, or even I'm interested in hosting a class. Up to you which you prefer. In the last one, that is just information. It's not obligation, so don't hesitate to put your information in there, and I'll let you know when there's a class in your area, or we'll talk about what it takes to host a class. It's probably a lot less than you imagine that it is. So, head over there, and I look forward to meeting you in person. I can save builds. If we go back here to the theme editor, click here, look, there are builds. So I can save all of that, but the one thing that I can't save, well, I can save any of this style information for the text, the linked text, any of that. The one thing I cannot save with the theme is the text itself. So some of my themes I created from the selection, And if we go back here, you can see this is the theme that I created from selection on that particular slide. It's got this text as an example, but this is only an example. It's not the case that if I change anything here that it would be carried over onto the theme. So that is something that occasionally people will be confused by, because they'll say, I want all of my slides to include this one Bible verse at the bottom. Doesn't do that. Sorry. So if you wanted to do that, you'd really probably have to have it either on a different layer, which is a perfectly good way to do it. You could add it manually into all of them, or probably what I would do is I would do a linked text where I link that text to just a text document on my computer, so that at any time I can change out the text of that Bible verse in that file and it would update automatically. So that is kind of the extent of what's saved in a theme, and therefore what can be applied as an alternate theme in the looks menu, or what can be applied automatically when you use a theme to apply that in ProPresenter 7. If you like this content, you'd probably like my ProPresenter 7 Quick Start course. So head on over to TDM.fyi/pro7 and quick. Give me your name and email address, and I'll make a login for you for free. Until next time, this is Paul Allen Clifford from TrinityDigitalMedia.com and ChurchTechU.com, reminding you to go out and change eternity.